Hello and welcome to Is That Trophy Worth It? The series where I take a look at trophies that I've got and we ask if you should get them as well. Today we're going to be looking at Horizon Zero Dawn, a game that holds a special place in my heart. It's an amazing game. We'll say that right off the bat. If you're not a trophy hunter just looking to play a good game, Horizon Zero Dawn is a great game for you. Now, let's get straight into the trophy percentage, which is 29.8% and 5.4% across PSN profiles and across PlayStation. Obviously, PSN profiles is higher than the average PlayStation trophy because, well, people on there are trophy hunters, so they all go for the trophies. It took me 6 days and 19 hours, so just under a week. And it definitely could be faster or slower depending on how much of the story you want to take in, or how much of the world you want to take in, how much you focus on trophies, etc. There's a lot to do that I didn't, but there's also a lot to do in the trophy list itself. But first, let's just talk about gameplay. Now, gameplay is extremely fluid. It feels really nice to play this game. Overriding machines feels amazing, and using them in combat is great. And the spear, the bow, they feel really nice. Fighting enemies, be it human or machine, feels nice. It doesn't feel janky. It feels good. Climbing is fun. Sneaking is fun. Like the whole system works very well. I don't really have any qualms with the controls or the gameplay in the first game. It has good story. It has an interesting story, one that I can still remember very well. I remember the twists and the turns. Learning this, learning that. I'm not going to spoil any of it, but if I can anyway, because this is a review, so don't really want to spoil too much. But some of I will say some of the twists, the plot twists themselves, can be quite obvious. If you've played enough games, you can kind of see them coming, or if you've read enough stories as well. But the characters themselves are also very good. Like I like the characters like Aloy. I like her father. Um, I'm trying to remember all their names. I can't remember all their names. It's been a while since I've played, but I like all of them. I do like all of them. I like all the different tribes as well. I like the different areas of the map. It's not, you know, it's not all just the same. There are parts I like more than the other parts. I like the bit you start in the most probably because it's like snowy and wild. It feels more wild than perhaps the south. But for gameplay, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. Straight up, amazing gameplay. One of the best games I've ever played in terms of gameplay, story, all of it. I think the story maybe because I've played Forbidden West since the story kind of took I kind of took into perspective like the first game story, and I was like, it's not as good as the second, but it's still very good. The second game story is amazing, and I think it'd be hard for anything to live up to that second game. Forbidden West is a game I will be reviewing because I've also planned that. Now, let us head into the Platinum Trophy list. Yes, that works. And I mean, most of the trophies are very simple. We've got kill each type of machine, a reconnaissance, a defensive type. Is it what they call it? No, acquisition, combat, that's the one. And transport. Like, you'll naturally kill many machines. You're not going to have to go out your way to kill most of them. You just need to keep in mind that some of them, will be off the beaten path or will be later on in the game. Because you don't get all the machines in the first area. That wouldn't be fair. And I also think there are a few less machines than in the first game as well, so keep that in mind. Aside from that, you cannot kill the Tornax, so don't try to. But do climb the Tornax because they are your vantage points. As like Assassin's Creed, you get viewpoints. These are Tornax, you get to override them, and they are my favorite machines. I love the Tornax. Tornax are grand. Keep in mind that you do have to clear all the bandit camps. And most of the trophy list is just collectibles reaching a certain level. Like the collectibles, metal flowers were pretty easy. The vantage points are pretty easy. Onyx Figures was the hardest one, I would say, for me, and Ancient Vessels was also pretty easy. And then there's the Corrupted Zones and the Sun Marks in Hunting Grounds. The Sun Marks can be annoying depending on how good you are at the game, but I found it pretty easy, and I think you would find it pretty easy as well. Just do keep in mind it has to be Blazing Sun Marks, so it has to be the highest. You have to get all the highest scores you can, and the Corrupted Zones aren't very hard. They look daunting, but they're not. Okay, but they'll be easy for you. I mean, and also be sure to go into each cauldron and get new stuff because it's very much worth it. And be sure to focus scan every type of machine. I almost forgot about that one. I'm glad I was reading the trophy list, because if I didn't, I would have forgot about that one. And that one's quite an annoying one. It's not an annoying one, but it's just you got to keep in mind to do it, otherwise you'll miss it. Is there anything else I need to mention? Oh, got the Shield Weaver outfit. That's an interesting one. You'll be able to figure out how to get it. It's quite an interesting one. I won't spoil how to get it, so just keep that one in mind, that you've got a new armor set that you can get. And this is the big hard one is the missable one, because you need to have to complete 11 side quests before you take on a certain main mission. So just keep doing side quests before you do any main mission. Just keep doing as many side quests as you can, because this will allow you to have more allies during the defense of a certain place, and for this you'll get more. Well, if you complete the side quest, you get more allies, and then you'll get this trophy. So this is this is just a missable trophy. So now I guess let's talk about the trophy list a bit more. So as a whole, it's a good style of trophy list. There's not very many missable trophies. There's not many it's not any difficulty trophies. It's all pretty easy. So just keep in mind, collectibles are the hardest thing aside from that one quest that is semi-missable. And then the grind for level 50 and learning all available skills can be quite annoying if you don't get it, but I think you will, because I got it before I even finished the game, so I think it'll be alright for you. Keep in mind you can upgrade your skills primarily on your playstyle and then get the other ones later. The trophy list itself is very well constructed because it gives you a lot of different ways, different kinds of trophies. There's not just one type. Like, there's a lot of collectible, but there's also a lot of killing things, scanning things, doing side tasks, corrupted zones, hunting grounds. Like, these are all fun and different. It's not all just the same. Go here, collect this thing. Go here, collect this thing, as it can be in some games. So that is greatly appreciated. And honestly, I'm gonna have to give the trophy list a 10 out of 10. So now, if for my overall ranking, it's gonna be kind of obvious what I give it, isn't it? Because it's gonna be a 10 out of 10 for the overall. Because, well, if it's 10 out of 10 for gameplay, 10 out of 10 for a trophy list, it's gonna be 10 out of 10 in general, isn't it? So that is it for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.